Alright guys, welcome back. Season 9 of the Limit Breaker quest came out yesterday. I know we are kinda late with the video, but yeah man, it is what it is. Here we are guys. This was the team that I used, ISHIDA, Rukia as well, and Yuhabaha. You can find a couple of good teams to use right now and succeed in the quest, you know, meaning that, I mean, your goal is like, you know, plus 20 stages, right? Most of the people's goals usually are like that, you know, plus 20 stages, and that's kinda it though. Right now, the most success that I had was definitely with ISHIDA at the first slot, because I don't have Sangdu, and my Retsu was only 1 out of 5. I did multiple runs with Retsu, and I mean, bro, it was about the same. It was about the same like the 5-5 ISHIDA, so I ran with the ISHIDA instead, you know, because it's kinda like more fun for me and stuff. But yeah, man, I wouldn't suggest to use him at all, like unless he's like 5-5. Of course, the best in slot during this occasion right now will be Sangdu at the first slot, and the second one, Rukia, 1,000,000%. And the third one, it really depends. I would say Yuhabaha, mainly because like how overpowered he is, and he will give you 2 special moves to use throughout the course of the run. And 2 specials, you know, it's kind of valuable, right? At the same time, I have seen people playing with like Kilge and Ichigo, you know, Kilge being at the second slot, Ichigo at the third one, and that way you can buff up the Ichigo with the Kilge, you know, giving him the extra recharge whenever you're loading into the next map. And yeah man, you know, Ichigo always gonna be insane at the third slot because, you know, he's like a horde unit and he will never have a disadvantage, right? And even right now he has the killer, right? He has the killer, he just one-shots the bosses with the third ability, so that's definitely another thing to look out for, right? Now, with the run and stuff and like the positioning, you know, it's pretty straightforward, you know, with the second and the third map. Always, like, with Rukia, you do like 2 skills, it's done. With Yuha, you do 2 skills, it's done. With the first one, it depends, right? It always depends because, like, how they built out the map, right? When I used Ulquiorra as well. At the first one, he wasn't that bad, but I did definitely struggle with him a little bit more. During the boss stages, Ulquiorra was quite nice because he was able to, like, burn the enemies, and burn does a lot of damage, and you are weakening in the same time, right? So like you do way more. During the minion rounds though with Ulquiorra, definitely was really hard to clear, especially after like stage 18 and stuff onwards, because his damage was lacking, right? Now if you have a 5-5 Ulquiorra, that's definitely a different topic, because you know the lack of DPS is gonna be right there, right? You know, like you will compensate with your extra dupes. And yeah man, now let's talk about the run a little bit guys. As you can see bro, it's quite smooth, nothing really to talk about here man. You do like everything, you know, nicely and stuff. You just line up the abilities beautifully and dash away, right? And that's kinda it though. We made sure to special with ISHIDA always during the boss runs, mainly because you know, that way we can debuff the enemies, you know, so we can do more damage to them, and we are filling up the gauge a little bit easier, a little bit faster, and that way we can just combo like a couple of abilities into them and they are done, right? But that's mainly about it though, man. Even if you get hit, by the way, throughout the run, it's no diff, right? It's okay. I mean, maybe there is a little bit of diff, but you don't necessarily need to restart. Now, we didn't get hit throughout like this session here, but before, in a couple of attempts, I did get hit, right? Here and there, maybe. But I didn't restart because Rukia can give you the healing, right? With the second ability. And also, if you have like someone with Drain like ISHIDA or Valentine's Day Riruka, you can just go back to full stam. Of course, depends on like how many seconds you wasted to go back to full stam. Stage 25, as you can see here, we are chilling a little bit at the start of the match. At the start of the room, we're gonna stack the gauge with our auto attacks. Again, if you're playing with a gauge unit, make sure that you're always auto attacking into the air or into the bosses. It's no diff, but you need to stack it, and that way you're gonna be able to combo a little bit faster, a little bit easier, right? But yeah man, these bosses definitely died way easier with ISHIDA than with Retsu before. My 1 out of 5 Retsu wasn't the best thing, I keep it a buck, right? So definitely ISHIDA helped me right there to clear the bosses a little bit easier. By the way, if you're curious, I did the same scores with Retsu and ISHIDA. It was quite the same, but again, ISHIDA is 5-5, right? So there is a huge difference right there. And yeah man, you know, the timer wasn't really a big diff. What I love the most about this Limit Breaker quest is that if you have Rukia, she's absolutely insane, freezing the bosses non-stop and they are in one place, meaning that you can even auto-attack them and do a chunk of damage right into them. And that's mainly about it though, guys. As you can see, stage 27, we don't have time anymore. I reset it so many times with multiple teams as well, but I cannot get through the stage 27. I think I would be able to if my Rukia is 2 out of 5, not 1. But yeah, we cannot change that one, right? It is what it is, you know? These were the stage, you know, scores like times and stuff, and these were the accessories and the links as well, right? As you can see, ISHIDA is quite built. Chad is not Max Transcended on the link. And yeah, man, full stamina damage boost and SP 200. That way we are more than enough with the damage and stuff. We don't need double long stride. He has long stride by base. Rukia needs the long stride though. Full stam and long stride right there. And Yuhabaha, as you can see, nice links, nice build. And also he was 2 out of 5, you know, so that's a big difference. SP and full stamina damage boost, right? Now let's talk about the team building and stuff, just like before we mentioned it. Again, Sangdu is absolutely the best in slot. If you care about how he performs and stuff, even with a weaker build, I suggest you to watch the Sangdu showcase that we uploaded yesterday. Take a look at it, it's quite fast and you will see how he performs, right? Afterwards, I think Senjumaru is absolutely insane here as well, even though you don't have status ailments, it's completely fine. She has Frenzy plus 2 and 100% damage to the non-inflicted enemies, right? And also you're fully immune, so you don't really need to worry about the poison puddles. And yeah man, Ulquiorra, okay, like okay, at max, okay. Retsu is quite good, right? I would use Retsu if you have her. And yeah man, that's mainly about it though, man, with the first slot. Second one, really limited. Again, always limited because, you know, power is just such a bad attribute. We only have like 2 units right there, Rukia and Ichigo. You can use them. Rukia is much better than Ichigo. But yeah, I mean, if you only have Ichigo, you only have Ichigo, right? Again, I mentioned this before as well. You can use the Kilgei and Ichigo strategy, you know, when building the team. Or you can go with Kilgei and Valentine's Day Riruka, if that's the only thing you have. I tested the Riruka. I have her on the mini account. Unfortunately, not on the main one. She definitely struggles after stage 20. But until then, you're chilling, right? So if that's the thing that you have, it's okay. And again, at the third slot, be creative. You can put like most of the units in there. Just pay attention that you're not blue, right? Because the enemies are green. And that's mainly about it though for today's video, guys. I think this season was nice. I think the rules are not even that bad. The second stage definitely could be, I mean, the second slot definitely could be, you know, more friendly towards the people. But yeah, man, I mean, it is what it is, right? Let me know how many stages you were able to clear, guys, just like usual. And the team and the dupe levels as well. Kinda curious, guys, to hear it, man. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully the video helped. Have a beautiful day/night wherever you are. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.